Good evening, everyone. Today is August 26th, and it's 7 p.m. and it's time to call to order the meeting of the Southwick Board of Appeals. In attendance tonight, we have Dan Tobias, uh, William Liss, Chris Mastriani, and Wendy Cordero. This meeting is a hybrid. It's being recorded on Zoom and will be available on the town website. Let me review some paperwork. There any bills or anything to sign? No. All right, we're gonna take time to read the minutes to ourselves and then we can discuss if we have any comments on them.
Backlights.
Mm,
Okay, we address the concerns, we can make those updates, right? Monday,
And
So-
everything, that sound good to you?
Yeah,
so motion to accept with the changes discussed.
second.
Second motion, all in favor?
Aye,
Unanimous vote to,
Mhm.
to accept the meeting minutes from July 22nd. The changes. If everybody, contributed to.
any new business on the horizon? Nothing no far, okay.
Um. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this hearing a little bit, kind of like a, I don't know if a debriefing, I want to call it, but just to kind of
Yeah.
close
Mm-hmm,
the chapter on it. Is that I thought about it, quite a few times after that that evening,
mm-hmm,
and I think I feel like we did the right thing.
Yeah.
It was getting far too complicated with, Board of Health.
the decorum of what you were after is gotta stick to
You know.
the why they're there. Dimensional,
Yeah,
dimensional,
They were
dimensional.
fighting a different
Dis-
battle.
Yeah.
disputing the distance
Right.
from the house to the street, that the DPW saying they saying that the
Couldn't
DPW
do it,
didn't
yeah.
measure it right. Disputing that the Google satellite image was valid, like there was, some conspiracy that Google has
Mhm.
against,
Yeah,
against the accuracy of their things. The Board of Health business, the planning board business, it was just,
I got a question. If, in saying that scenario, we run into the combativeness, right? We as a board have a couple options, I think. We could stop the meeting. Just do an automatic continuance on our own, because it's kind of out of control, like,
Yep.
right? But I don't know, is there a such thing as this board, Wendy, ever go into executive session?
Executive
discuss-
session is usually personnel issues. Usually it's
Okay.
only going to like if you're.
So an
discussing
HR
someone
issue or
for-
something, or
Yes,
not a
yeah.
complaint on the, you know what I mean?
I'll double check.
Yeah,
the-
'cause I'm
the
just
laws,
curious.
But,
Protecting the client.
yeah,
The claimants are in there, I mean, they're getting beat up like on video, I mean, they're held their cool,
yeah.
Pretty well, like you said.
I give them credit for.
but it's like you got me right here in the background screaming down my neck and correcting it, it's like, but
Mhm.
the property's been sold. They're coming to it with a request, and we're voting on that request, end of story. Sit down, you had your comment section, or do we have an ability to have a time for questions and comments, like a public comment? Like the select board, then we're gonna hear we could say, okay, comments over. We've heard your concerns, we're moving to
Yeah,
deal with the
yes.
situation and no more buttoning and
That-
coming up 10
that's-
times. I just
I
think that's the way
agree
we
with
gotta
that.
control
I
it.
agree with that. Maybe not a
Um,
time limit, but saying,
Well, no, because,
if you have no new information to
Correct.
present, then thank you for your.
we've noted your input, it's in the notes,
Right.
and we need to deal with what is on our claimants,
There was a lot of repetitive.
Right,
Correct.
just trying to change your mind.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, is change your mind.
Right.
If they start yelling at you, you're gonna change your mind more, or almost like threatening body language, standing up, coming up to
Yeah.
the table, coming around to your, you know what I mean? That should be no, it's just like you, on that side, that's why I like to say we sit over here and
Yeah.
there's here, you don't come around and unless I ask a question and I turn it and you can show me, but that's kind of threatening to me when you come around and you're like, because you're sitting,
Right.
you're vulnerable. It's,
Well,
I thought about it after that going, wow. If I would have started to get a little bit more, I think, combative, because then that's like, I gotta be careful of that, but it's like, okay. Public comment, none, unless you said there's no new evidence or
Right.
we've heard you. We're dealing with what's in front of us. That's what our job is, and it's land variances, it's dimensional, it's nothing to do with any other topic that may be part of this project down the road.
It just kind of came.
It's just, I know, it's like a storm,
Out of nowhere.
a storm, yeah,
Until you roll it over in your mind a few times.
Right.
I considered it threatening to throw possible hazardous.
I get
waste
you.
Onto the,
Sure.
onto the conference.
Could,
room.
we should have, but I could have stopped the meeting and said, I want police here, because this
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
somebody
those-
spitting
all
in your
those-
face.
All those things crossed my mind.
I know,
But I'm
but-
just wondering, not at the time.
My deal with the attorney, I like to do with Ben
Yeah,
Coyle and say,
right.
what are our rights to do in a situation like that with a closed meeting? Can we stop the meeting and do it on a continuance to kind of control the situation? It's hard for the people that are there trying to get things done,
Right.
but it's like, we don't need to be subjected to that, nor does the applicant,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
they're just, they bought the land, they're trying to do something. Whatever is happening in the background, none of their business. I get the concern, you want to have an open forum, it's part of open meeting law. They have a chance, the abutters, to come in and voice. But consistent professional, he's gotta be a decorum, I guess, is
Yeah.
where I'm getting to. And then if you step outside the decorum, you can say that we're not taking your comment anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, is like, what's our power?
Yeah, I think.
Very few had to do that, but there was a few
Okay.
instances where we should,
yeah,
I think, and we didn't. But I think we need to enact that until somebody slaps and says, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But like, if you're getting
well, I
combative
think
and
we
threatening,
have to be more aware of
Right.
it. That
when it starts to
if the
escalate,
information has been presented
Right.
and nothing new is there to be presented, and we
Mhm.
say, okay, here are your concerns, A, B, C, D, E.
Right.
Yes,
Is that, do you agree that those are your concerns? Yes, okay, then
Right.
that,
and that
that's
was
the
continued
input.
because the claimant went back and made some changes on our request.
right,
So there's no new evidence to what's going on. It's just he's making changes, regardless of what the plot plan is
this-
or whatever,
that was the third
Was it the
the
third?
third meeting,
Yeah.
and none of this, the first two meetings were not like this at all.
Right.
It just seemed to,
Because it was starting to get real.
it was
Yeah.
starting to get, well,
Yeah,
it
sure.
was escalating
Yeah.
because other people got involved.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I just try to protect them, whether it's Wendy or, I mean, she's innocent on this. We're doing a service as a volunteer to the town. Don't need to be hearing, it's almost borderline threatening at times. They were getting a little like,
yeah.
come on,
You
sit down.
You made a good comment of wonder if Tom was still on the board.
You said you were, shame on you. Are you an adult or are you a
But
child?
anyway, all right,
But anyway,
I don't want to.
no, it's true of this, I think it's a decorum. I'm just chasing
Yeah.
what is our ability to say,
I think we should be.
whoa, okay, well, get the meeting back under control. It's not your meeting, it's ours.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I would support that 100% as a backup to that. If we had like, okay, what is our go and no go? We can do this, this and this. We can't do this. So I guess that's
Yeah,
something
I
to
think as
explore with
long
the
as-
town.
as long as you don't tell someone that they can't speak. that-
Understood. You're right, but you gotta speak in a professional decorum,
Right.
pragmatic and systematic, like just they were all over the place.
Yeah.
yeah, get your points
You
through.
get clear. I
Right.
mean, we need to
document the
understand if you
points,
got an
and
issue.
Review those points, and if there's nothing new,
Right.
then.
And we've documented that and we agree with it. We got your notes. Okay, we're all set.
And in most cases, brief back and forth with the applicant
Yep.
and
Sure.
it
Added
usually settles
questions.
itself.
Right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do this, but
Right.
if that's what
Right.
you're gonna do,
Right.
then, I don't really
So-
care about it.
Right, it's just, it doesn't look good for, the board doesn't look good for the town. And obviously the two gentlemen are trying to do something, or three at that, I think there was three at that
Yeah.
meeting. All they're trying to do is move to the next step. This is their first step,
Right.
and they got a long way to go. And unfortunately, I think they're starting to get into some more stuff with that. It's gonna be problematic.
Okay,
But anyway, that's kind of my opinion, and I just want to know what our boundaries are, I guess, and
Yeah.
what we can do
I
or stop a
think as long
meeting.
as we hear the
Mhm.
input from the abutters
And
and
we,
we just gotta
and you
put
did,
a cap
but-
on it and say, all right, we've
That's what it
we've
is.
heard,
Yeah.
we've heard
Yeah.
what you. what
you're
you
not
said.
saying anything different, just saying it differently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, I'd like to think that would have worked, but like I said, it just.
I think, yeah,
it
that
just
was
came out.
spun up so much that nothing was gonna
Yeah.
try to appease them, other than, no, we're not gonna vote on
All
it,
right,
you know, so.
I just wanted to have that discussion,
Yep.
just to make.
Yep.
Clear that, we will
Sure.
be more aware of that in the future and try to,
Yeah.
keep control on things, so.
Yeah.
Well, we could put that into the agenda too.
Mhm.
We could put,
Yep, this is
the
what,
15 minutes that we usually allow.
mhm,
And at the end of the discussion, we could put, 7:30, public comment, 7:35,
yeah,
decision
or discussion,
or yeah.
and then
right.
move, whatever, so it turns back to us, and they can't keep popping in. But I don't know if open meeting is that allowed.
Right, yeah.
That's my question, is like even from Ben or legally, what is our rights to say,
Mhm.
you've spoken, you've had your piece, but is it open meeting, they can do it 10 times or, you know what I mean? So you can't, like you say, not gonna stifle somebody, but
Yeah.
if they keep coming up with the same thing, it's like, all right, we've heard that.
Yeah,
you know.
if you're hearing 4 or 5 different abutters want
Sure,
to say the same
that's
thing,
different.
that's
They're,
different.
they're right. But the same guy saying it 10 times different ways, it's the same thing, you
All right.
know, so.
And when confronted in a more aggressive manner.
Yeah.
what do you do? Yeah. okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and take verbal abuse from somebody. I'm doing it. I mean, I probably excuse myself and say I'm, really been meeting and then or that, I don't have a quorum anymore. Whatever. I mean, you can, there's a lot of things you can do probably,
Okay,
but
I think it was
anyway,
worthwhile.
it opens up another
Get
level of
everybody's
discussion
opinion
that
on
we probably
and
should have
I
down the
think
road.
We're all in agreement
Yep.
that they're just, I mean, that's the first time that I'd seen it happen, so, there's been some, I won't even say contentious meetings,
Yeah.
but there's been
Passionate. I like
complicated
passion.
meetings,
Somebody's got a
which
passion on
is
the
okay.
subject.
It's-
Yeah.
It's okay to be complicated if you're
Yep.
dealing with
I-
facts and everybody agrees on the same.
I guess the
same set
last
of
one
facts.
that what came to my mind was the shared driveway one. That got a little bit
Yeah,
sticky for a little bit
Mhm.
too, but again, you kind of like, this is, it's black and white.
Yeah.
It's don't really no more discussion.
okay,
So
that's the only business I have,
Okay.
so if somebody wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn, second,
Second.
we have second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned.